tackle companies.
Oh.
What is everyone's opinion?
I like the smaller independent brands myself.
Yeah.
Because you get...
Go on, Cameron, sorry.
I was just going to say you get treated more like a person than just a number on a ticket. You know, you get that more of a personal approach. Like myself,
I like to support myself, smaller companies as well, as opposed to bigger companies. Just for sheer qualities, bigger companies I find they're sort of end tackle, etc. like that, or they're general in their tackle, they don't really get checked enough. With the smaller companies, they put a bit of heart into it, I think.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like it's their name in it. They're like, I've got to get this right. It's got to be right.
Yeah, of course.
Bigger companies can be, oh well, okay, a batch of hooks is wrong. We'll just send out another batch of hooks. You know, they've built that brand up. Obviously, they've built the brand up and stuff, but they're like, well, we're big enough now. We can take a knock every now and then. But like smaller companies can't be so much.
Wow. You all know my opinion on these companies.
Yeah, but then you've got like obviously deception angling, Wayne. Yeah, for instance, like the hooks he does, right? Second to none. They're all hand checked, every single bloody one of them, man. That's got to be.
Well, this is what made me sign up to become a team member for Deception, for the fact of they come on live. Lee himself, he will come on live, and he will show you him checking every single hook, one by one.
Which I think is amazing.
Now, to me, you don't get that anywhere else. You don't get that from all these big companies.
It's that little bit of quality, Wayne, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's not just that, like I said earlier, I've been sat there tying up rigs today because I can't stop. Because when you find that material, hook-wise, coated braid-wise,
even so,
that's the one you've been looking for a long time. I like the old school braids, the old school coated braids. And Deception reminds me of that a little bit. It's quite thick, but not too thick. The coating on it's just right. It's how I want it. So that's what's made it. That's what's done it for me. It's
So what the tied up one is easier, yeah, obviously for you, or
mate, the knot strength of it. I've tested it myself. I like quite good as well, and I haven't had a problem yet. I had my first sturgeon on it when I was on the bank a couple of weekends ago. The hook hold was absolute nailed.
Yeah, I mean, like yourself, Wayne. Like, you know, I've been using Assassin Tackle for, I think, 7 years, I think now. I haven't looked back.
For a while.
Yeah. I mean, a mate of mine got me onto them and I haven't looked back. Obviously, I've looked at other products, but I still, in my own personal fishing, that's all I ever use.
Because you're confident with using that, aren't you? So that's all that
matters.
I've
never had any issues, you know, with hooks or anything. I mean, like Lee does, like the hooks are checked, you know, by hand. Obviously, like you don't see all that, but he does check them and that. Cause obviously, I've spoke to him on the phone loads of times. The guy who owns it.
Yeah, you know, I think
that's it, Lee. You do.
A bit of checking though goes a long way. That is right, Lee. That's right.
Quality,
even Abby.
Stick with it. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I totally agree there. Totally agree.
100%.
I've been with a couple of different of these small tackle companies. I found that the quality, it is good. It is good quality, especially the hooks and the braid. I haven't really got a bad thing to say about some of the tackle companies I have been with. Don't get me wrong, the one I'm with now, and I ain't saying it because I'm with them now, but
Alex Evening.
I find that their braid is better than the ones I've used in the past. In my personal opinion, for what I wanted and what I've been looking for, I used to use one. I can never remember the name of it, but it was when I first started using braid, and it was proper old school stuff, but it was brilliant.
Yeah,
and you can't knock the price as well, can you?
I used to
You
use
can't knock the price, no.
a braid that was black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few years ago, that was though. But I still have it, but I don't use it.
Yeah.
It's obviously old now.
The pricing's a lot better as well. It's not got that massive carp tax on top either.
Yeah. That's why a lot of these smaller companies, that's why I like them. You don't get that, do you? You don't get that carp tax on them.
I've never heard of that Dacron hook link, Taylor. Never heard of that.
Remember the good old Dacron hook link? The Dacron, they were like small hooks. But they just for like match fishing and that or not, I don't know.
I'm not sure, to be fair. I never really did any match fishing.
No, it was a hook link.
Okay.
I'm sure it was the braided hook link that is on about. They do quite a good hook link. That's an old school one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wish I could remember the name of the one I used to use. But it's not just the hook links and the hooks. Even down to the tungsten stuff or the other stuff they do, like the kickers, everything like that. It's just the same as what you can get from these other brands. But I'd rather support a smaller brand because, like Lee said earlier, or Dark Carpet, everybody's got to start somewhere. And if we don't support these little companies, then these big companies are going to take over, and we're just going to get charged stupid amounts.
Yeah, that's what they want, don't they? These big companies.
Yeah.
Which, it's not fair, but it's business at the end of the day as well, sad to say.
Yep, it is. Are we having anybody up with questions or opinions?
If anybody
Anyone
wants
want to come up and have their opinion?
No pressure, you don't have to. You can say it in the comments.
Before we move on to the next one. No.
Let's move on then.
Okay, let's move on then.
Doke.
That'd be my
Pre-made versus self-made rigs. Wow. You still know my answer to that one.
Oh, Jay's just late.
Jay, do you want me to go back to that one in case you had anything to come in and say about it, mate? I don't mind jumping back quickly.
Sorry, just on about brother. Go on, Wayne.
Yeah, we were just on about big companies, tackle companies, or small tackle companies. What would you prefer? But yeah, pre-made and self-made. It's self-made for me all day. I make so many rigs, it's unreal, and I don't even sell them.
Yeah.
Yes, Nick.
Evening, Nick.
Evening, Nick. Myself, years ago, I used to buy ready-made hook links, or rigs, whatever you want to call it. But obviously, as you get up a bit wider, you think, hang on, that's costing money. I can do it this way, make not spend as much money. So I started to make them myself, obviously. But yeah, I prefer to make them.
For me, it's like your own self-made rigs, because you can make them to your specification exactly how you want, use what materials you want.
Yep.
Change it on the fly if you need to, depending on what rig you're using. And quite often, with pre-made ones that you've bought in a shop, they're a standardised length. They're like 6.5 or 8 inches or 3 or 4 inches, whatever it is and you can't get every single type of rig. There might be a certain rig that you like using, and you just can't buy it in a shop. So if you make it yourself, you're laughing.
Yeah, for you people who have just come in, Nick, Barbel and all that. Much appreciated for coming in. And hello to the lot of yous. Welcome.
Evening, Shaz.
It's got a lot you said, Camo. It's got to be self-made for me all day. For the fact of, like you say, you can make up on the fly. You know, if there's something about your rig that you want to change, you can go in and change it there and then on the bank. With these shop-made
tweak it how you want, can't you?
That. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And not just that, for the price you pay for like 4 or 5 rigs, you can go out and buy enough stuff to go and make yourself flipping 20, 30 rigs.
Yeah, that's what Jay just said in the comments. 100% you can't get a bowl rig in a shop, do you know what I mean?
No, you can't.
And Taylor says he wants to learn to make his own.
Yeah, Taylor, when we're on the bank next, I'll show you.
Popeye says, both have pros and cons. Pre-made are useful to those that are new or struggling to make a rig. Well, that's correct, yeah. Very good. It is.
So I'd add to that and say pre-mades, yes, they are good, but if you can buy pre-mades that are made to your specification, it's even better.
Yeah.
It's like Taylor just said there, like he's never learned to tie a rig, which I know he hasn't because I taught him how to fish. And if he puts his own rig on, mate, he'll PV a bagfish and he'll smash the crap out of a lake all day long. You know, I'll give him that for that. Yeah. But if he hasn't got no pre-tied, he's done. And so this is why I said I'll help him learn how to tie his own for the fact of, I know what it's like.
Oh, that's good. And if that's good. Helping other fishermen, that's good. Help someone to learn it, that's very good. I mean, Carpet Queen said that she's been learning to make her own rigs as well. Yeah, good. Very good. Keep cracking at it and you'll get it right.
Evening, Mark. Evening, Bruce.
You know, whoever makes their own rigs and that, keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'd never not show anybody how to make a rig. If somebody asked me how to make one, I'll sit there and show them how to make a rig.
Yeah, absolutely. Self-made all the way, yeah.
Well, I sat there with my mate Taylor. I sat there on a session with him, and he wanted to learn how to PVA bagfish. Man, I crap you not, within an hour, the kid had about 10 fish. Like, just non-stop. As soon as I taught him how to tie a PVA bag up properly, he was on it.
Yeah. You
know, so you taking your time, an hour out of your time, it shows. It goes a long way.
Tractor Jordan says you don't know how to do rigs. That's why I have got pre-done rigs. I've started carp since August. Oh yeah, but as you go along, Jordan, you'll learn it and you'll pick it up and you'll start making them, mate. You really will.
If I'm ever on a live on my own account, my own Wayne account, then you're more than welcome to come in that live and ask me to show you how to tie up a rig. If I've got my stuff there at the time, I will quite happily show you how to make a rig.
Yeah, you've only got to ask.
Yeah, that's it. Does anyone want to come up?
Carpet Queen says it's not been easy. I need to get the size right. That will come to you, Queen. But you know, Carpet Queen, if you've got any questions, you know, ask. You know, there's never a silly question.
You're welcome to come up in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody's got any questions or wants to air an opinion, welcome.
That's right, Jay. You do save a lot of money, Jay. You really do. Even Steph, welcome in.
It seems expensive, but when you work it out, it's actually really cheap.
Yeah.
No, so I could go out and spend 30 quid in a shop on stuff to build my own rigs. And I say 30 quid because that's roughly what it is to get yourself a pack of hooks, some braid, some kickers, and a few little ring swivels and stuff like that. Now, if you go out and buy all that, how many shop-bought rigs are you going to have to buy to make that money? But how many rigs can you actually make out of that stuff? You know, if you buy 20 metres of braid...
Yeah. That's what Jonesy just said. Look, you think it's 3 quid a rig in his shop. To buy it in the shop, 3 quid, mate.
I think it's more than that down our way.
But, you know, for instance, that's £3 a lot of money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for what it costs, like, yourself to make one, do you know what I
mean? Who wants to?
Jonesy.
Good evening. I think the cheapest rig we have in our shop is around £3, £3.50, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Corda Basics are about £4, but you get 2 in them.
Right. Okay, Steph.
But
it works out cheaper to make your own though, doesn't it, Jonesy?
You know, you're talking what, £5.50 for 10 hooks?
Mm-hmm.
Spool of braids, anything from 10 to some of the Corda braids, like £30.
Yeah, some of them are.
You paid some of that, so.
But then that's when you go back to the first topic we had.
Call it what? £15 a spool, £20. Spool braid and a packet of ropes. Kicker, the anti-tangle sleeves, £3-4. Kickers if you use them, £3-4 again. Your rings, micro rings for those, about £3 a pack, £4 a pack.
Yeah, they ain't cheap.
Well, that's expensive.
Yeah, but that's you buying like sort of half decent gear though, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, well,
you know,
I'm not really going to send out, but some of it's not half decent gear, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, no, it isn't. But you know, you can get cheap hooks everywhere, and they're just good. But once you've got the whole shebang to make up the rig,
nothing go wrong with independent. I've not put my deception order in yet because, well, everyone knows what's what, don't they, at the minute?
Yeah.
But I'll be going deception. I'll not be picking that up off its shelf again.
That's right. Right. Why would you go to deception?
You know, help your little companies out.
Yeah, exactly right, mate.
You know, you got to think I work for the biggest fishing tackle retailer in country, don't I? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And I'll always say it, little independent tackle shops are the way forward.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Keep them going.
You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot more from a little independent tackle shop.
Yeah.
Than you will. It's in our shop. It's pretty good because there's like 2 of us that's carp anglers and 3 other lads that's match anglers.
Oh, okay. So you get a bit of experience across them.
So we've got, you know, it's a bit of a bonus, but some shops, some staff have got not a clue.
That's right, Jay, 100%. Evening, Mick. Welcome in.
Evening, Mick.
Well, Jay, we're going to put you down, mate. We're going to get on to the next one, yeah?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, buddy. Cheers, mate.
Fisher Bass, welcome in.
Evening, Chris.
Yeah, that was all right, yeah. Very good.
Yeah, does anyone else want to jump up and have their say?
We're just talking about pre-made or self-made rigs. The ones just joined. Anyone got their opinions? Jay, you're right, buddy. If anybody wants to add any more to that? Yeah, we know Chris.
He's always watching.
He's always there. Yeah, we know Chris.
Well, no one else got anything to say on that matter? If not, we'll move on to the next.
I think we've covered a lot of bits.
Yeah, move on, Wayne, mate. No problem.
Let's move on then, people. On the next one, baiting approach in the spring.
Oh.
Well, my baiting approach personally, obviously I'm on a match soon, so I'm going to spot, but I'll probably only put about 10 spots out the whole session. And that'll be over 2 spots, so I'd split it 5 on each spot. still use the catapult, but I'll only do like 10 boilies an hour or something like that. And that's it. That's all I do.
But is that on that particular lake, because that what that lake does?
That's on that particular lake. If I was fishing somewhere like I don't know, say Drayton, I'm using 30 kilo. I'm filling it in.
Wow. Yeah. Even Mick.
You know, but that 30 kilo for me would only be stuff like oats and sweet corn, and that's it.
Yeah. What about you, Cameron?
For me, it would be, depends on the lake, obviously, and especially in the spring, I tend to start off like with a little bit and see what happens if it starts hitting it off, and then I'll introduce more bait into it. Go from there. Obviously,
yeah.
I like to take like enough bait with me. Probably in the spring, I'll probably say like take maybe probably 2 or 3 kilo of boilie and probably 5 kilo of pellet, and like to get me through like a 24 or 48. Just so that I've got enough with me. But then that depends on like what lake it is. Like if I was going to say the private lake, it would be a lot less this time of year. But then like if I go to a runs water, like Wayne said, you could end up putting like 20 kilo of combined bait in.
Yeah, me personally myself, if I'm going to go by my new lake I'm on, the spring I wouldn't put lots in there because I'm not sure they've had lots put in there in the spring, so I'm still learning there. But as the weather gets warmer through the spring, then I will obviously watch the water and just put a bit more bait in. And obviously, if more bait, if it works like that, then obviously I'll put the bait in to keep in the area and things. But I don't really.
It's all water dependent.
Then he only used half a kilo.
Even
on his session today, that's all he used was half a kilo. So it does show like sometimes you don't need to pile it in.
Exactly.
Again, as we said, it all depends on the water, doesn't it? The venue, whatever. What is anybody else's approach?
Comments that people have just joined.
Alex, correct.
Yeah, if anyone wants to jump up and into the box and say their opinions or whatever on this one.
Scott's saying singles for the win for him. Nick used half a key today. Yeah, nice. Paid off for you, Nick, though, didn't it?
Definitely paid off.
Yeah, 3 or 4 in here, Nick.
Anybody want to jump up and tell us what they do, what their approach is?
Deb, just calf and hope, me, just good. For my syndicate, 1 kg per session. Keep it going in once a week. Yeah. No matter what time of the year, I will also fish different amount of bait on each rod. See what works. Yeah, that's right, Nick, to be fair. So what the size there. I'm on a session now. I've got 20 kg of boilie and 6 to 17 litre bucket of hemp and pool mix. Okay. But you won't give you on big water though, are you?
Yeah, I think he's out for more than just like 48, isn't he? I think he's out for a little while.
He's usually out like 5 days, doesn't he? 7 days. So yeah.
So if anyone got anything else to
pop up?
Or pop up?
Emma, say what you think or whatever.
Just small
Just
amount.
a small amount around the yellow pop up.
Yeah, that works. But again, it depends on the venue, doesn't it? The water, the depth, how much water there is, and
Nick's taking 30 kg.
40 mile an hour kg blow. I thought kg of pellets. Right, for France, Mick. Yeah, but you're going 2 weeks, aren't you? Not next Saturday, not next Friday, Friday after, isn't it? I believe. Alex says blowback rigs are underrated. Yeah,
They can be very good.
Them. Yeah, but everyone adapts them now, don't they? But...
It's like Jonesy's put in there. It's like we use bait all year round. It's all dependent on weather and water conditions. Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what Jonesy just said. He uses bait, probably the same amount of bait all year round. It's about the weather conditions for him.
Yeah.
The size, you're on a bank for what, 12 nights, you say, yeah? Wow.
Excuse me while I mute, I've got a cough.
Yeah. Slip D all the way, yeah, I like slip D. Nick, come on, man. Yeah, we have Jonesy. You're consistent with what you use and how much the fish get used to it. Yeah. Braid or fluorocarbon and why? Yeah, very good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Question, yeah. That was actually for another topic another time, but hey, we'll go with that. That's good.
Are you talking about for rig? Oh, obviously, you must be talking about rigs wise, Jay.
Personally, myself, fluorocarbon really, but
yeah, if it's rigs wise, it depends what rig I'm using.
Yeah, and why I don't know. Just not what I've been using. Like how I tie and
yeah. 100%, Nick.
True. Very true. All depends on the bottom of the lake. It's important how your rig is laid. It's very true. Casting technique for Scotty. What do you know about 1.6 wraps? No one got anything else to say on that, no?
No, I think I've covered my bits. I don't think anybody, a lot of people are just commenting about their baiting approaches.
Yeah.
Should we move on?
Yes, mate, up to you, Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. Cheers for the Heartmead, Chris. Much appreciated. And everyone else that's Heartmead, thank you very much. So, drop off.
Oh.
What's that? I can't really see them running.
Drop off or running leads.
Drop off or running leads. What's this one?
Running. Yeah, I wouldn't drop a lead. I never do. Never have.
Always drop leads. That's it. As you know, Wayne, I give you all my running leads, didn't I? So
yeah.
I don't use running leads myself personally. Drop off, lost 3 today. Jonesy's drop off. Chris is running.
I prefer a running lead myself, whether that be an inline or like a traditional like lead clip setup.
See, if it was a weedy water and there were big fish, then I probably will drop off. Only for the fact is I don't want to get snagged up with that big fish. But that's the only situation where I would use a drop off.
So then it's coming down to what venue you're fishing, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah.
If you don't drop your lead, your noise simple. Yeah, but not everybody drops leads, do they? So, you know.
You don't have to drop a lead.
I know a lot of people that don't drop leads, mate, and they're still getting banging fish, mate. But saying that, I do have a drop when we're running. Yeah. Long range, I want to be able to drop leads every time. Yeah.
It's a very it's a more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Some waters.
Tight fucker.
Yeah, like, depends if you want to drop them or not, but some waters, it's in the rules and it's like, you have to drop a lead every time. So it's like down to preference, and I suppose depending on what lake you go to as well.
I mean, if I have to drop one, I'll drop one. I've got plenty of weights, that's all I know. I've got plenty of them, so I don't mind dropping them.
Yeah.
See, for me, I was brought up on not dropping them, but at the age I started fishing, were the ages where dropping leads weren't even heard of.
That's right, Jonesy.
Yeah, it does bring the fish up in the water.
Yeah, I was just saying, I was always brought up not to drop my lead, like, because we didn't have that sort of setup when I started fishing. So I've always not dropped it. I don't lose many fish. I have lost fish, don't get me wrong, but I don't lose many at all.
Yeah. So now Chris said you don't think lead should be dropped. That's like leaving boilies on the lake and not rotting. Yeah,
Rotting.
It is fair, but
I mean, I think there's been a lot of research into leads in lakes and stuff in like the last 10 years or so, and I think it's probably heading towards the, like other different types of weights, so to speak, if you know what I mean, like those e-concretes and other types of.
But with the
you
lead
call
weights,
them leads, but
I
like
believe those. Yeah, with the lead weights, I think nearly every water's got some sort of silt in it, hasn't it? I'd imagine.
Yeah, do you know what Lee's just said it there? He don't drop leads. He drops
concretes.
E-concretes. Yeah. See, I've got them now, and personally, I wouldn't mind dropping one of them, like, because of what they're made out of.
Yeah.
Like,
it wouldn't bother me dropping. It's all that thing I've been taught up as that lead was always bad for the water. So.
Yeah, I suppose it's when you're talking alternative methods of weights for fishing. There's a couple out there, isn't there? It's just, I suppose the difference with a lead weight and a non-lead weight is that it's the weight isn't as condensed into that small area, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
For the size of a normal 3 ounce lead, you would have to have a much bigger normal, like non-lead weight, so to speak.
Yeah. Was it called lead poisoning? Well, this is it. I don't know, will it?
I know a lot of leads have coatings on anyway, don't they? Not like donkeys ago when they would just come out of mould and that was it.
Yeah, that's right. I've seen lead pipes, from the water that when that deteriorates, that just crumbles away. So
yeah,
surely if a lead over the years sort of does that, I don't know if it does. I've never been into that, but I've never researched it. If it does, then surely that just break down into the bottom anyway. Yeah. All concrete absorbs liquids. Yeah, that's right.
Good to know. Does anybody want to pop in a box and air their opinions on drop-offs or running leads?
That's the end of that one. We'll move on if you like. This is the last one. But obviously, if any of you have got any questions after that, then yeah, be more than welcome to ask. Or anything you've got an area of opinion on.
Yeah, I'll have some questions for you anyway to put out. Who's to cook on the bank?
Wow.
Do you know what? For me, it depends on the set. Like, if I'm on a match, just noodles.
No, wrong.
Like, for the simple fact is it's quick and easy, and I ain't got to take time away. Like, I don't do pot noodles. That's one thing I don't do.
No
packet noodle. Chuck it in. But if I'm on a social, well, that's different. That's, sometimes I'll take steak and that, and
yeah.
But yeah, on a match, get me the noodles, mate. Get that food made. Get me back out of there.
Crispy.
I try and eat a sort of healthier bankside. Like I'll take like proper food with me, but I'll also take emergency snacks for me diabetes and stuff.
Yeah. What sort of food do you cook, Camo?
I mean, I've done obviously quick. I suppose you call it quick. I've done bacon. I've done sausages. I've done burgers, and I've also cooked steak. I'll do rice, but it's more the packet stuff that you just add a bit of water to.
Yeah.
Obviously, I suppose you can cook a lot of stuff on the bank. It just depends on what you have access to. I'd say 90% of the people I know have got a grill and a Ridge Monkey double-sided pan, or the slightly bigger one. Not many people have got a cob or a big oven type thing.
Yeah. So when I go on the bank, a lot of people know that I like to cook. I don't eat bacon on the bank. Never have done, never will do. I cook a fry up in the mornings. The whole works. I'll have a little munch for the daytimes. Night time I always cook a substantial meal, whether it be stir fry, spaghetti bolognese, bit of steak. Sometimes in the mornings as well I make an omelette. I do a jack potato on the bank, a chili con carne. I do mince and gravy with some new potatoes and things like that. Mick does GDK 24/7 on the bank. Pie mash veg gravy cooked on the bank, the back of the van. Yeah. I do like to eat. I do like to eat on the bank. I do, very much.
Yeah, no, I know you do.
And I like to have my stack of chocolate bars, which everyone knows about my Caramax.
Yeah.
And they're not for sharing, unfortunately.
Definitely not.
Yes, and I also drink on the bank.
I drink a lot of tea on the bank. I never drink fizzy drink. I always drink water, flavoured water.
To be fair, I find myself doing that. I do drink a lot. I drink a lot of tea anyway, but I do drink a lot of hot drinks, and
I do.
I do drink a lot of water.
If you drink fizzy drinks, I think they make you more thirsty. That's my perception on it. Indian. I've made a curry on the bank as well, Alex. Yeah, I have. What's people saying?
Yeah, I've done. What have I made? I've done quite a few different things. I've done curries, done barbecues, made meatball subs on the bank. Quite a few different things.
Jay, are you a vegan really? Or are you taking the piss?
He's being funny, broccoli and cheese.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I see it now. What's Papa say? Roast on the bank is the one, especially with a cob, if you know. It'll toast your burger,
Yeah, see, if I want like casserole or something like that, then the missus will cook me it before I go on the bank, so I can eat it all on there if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I do
that sometimes.
Yeah, it's the same as a what do you call it? Someone said it earlier. Flipping out.
Cool, mate. Evening.
But yeah, there's a few things I will prep at home, especially if I'm doing like chicken and rice.
Mick just said about Cole cooks a mean pot stew. He cooks a pucker pot stew on the bank. He does, Mick. Yeah, he really does.
Yeah.
He had that down at the Harris, didn't he, Cameron? Did you have any?
No, I didn't. I went home and had dinner. You lot had that.
Mates. Yeah.
Welcome in.
But I've had his stews on the bank a few times, mate. They're good. What I mean, Kev? It's more than just me. I'll put the effort in. Yeah, exactly that, Alex. I like to cook a nice meal. Stir fry and love it. I think I did that stir fry at the private lake, Wayne. You remember when we went to Tesco's and got Camo's basket?
Yeah.
I picked up a stir fry there, cooked that from Tesco's actually. That was nice. Yeah.
I've done calzones and stuff, you know, like basically bought a cheaper pizza, folded it up, and then done it on the double-sided pan. That works quite well.
You can do them. You get them little round pieces, isn't it?
Just a normal, like
I'll come back, Kev.
Cheese and tomato or a pepperoni one, not one with loads of stuff on. You can get one with some like a little bit of veg on it, and then just fold it in half and do it in the thing, just like kind of low and slow, so that it makes sure it cooks.
Someone said about barbecue. I think Alex, was it? Was Alex?
Yeah, he's a bit of a barbecue connoisseur, by what I hear.
Love a barbecue on a bank, mate. Yeah.
Definitely, barbecues on the bank in any weather is nice.
Yeah.
Toasties and soup are quite good as well.
Yeah, that's what I like about having the Rich Monkey for, mate. Toasters, cheese toasters and things like that.
Yeah,
they're very quick and easy. That's very good. Yeah, they are very good.
Wow.
Also, I use the Rich Monkey's toasty maker. And I do an omelette in that. I do mushroom, omelettes, and ham, or whatever in it. And just put it in there, put it on, and you ain't got to open it. Just close, obviously keep it closed and turn it over. Cooks both sides. It's the best omelette I've ever had, mate.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good, Wayne. Yeah, very, very good. Put the cheese in still and all that as well. Very filling.
I mean, I'll take, rather than pot noodles or noodles of any type, I'll just take the old pot porridges, because they're quick and easy.
I do them, Camo. I do them Quaker ones. I don't mind them, mate. Blueberry or the apple ones or the cinnamon ones.
Yeah, and then I normally take some of the old, like the mugshot, or like macaroni cheeses or whatever you get. So you just pour it in a mug, bit of hot water, mix it up, leave it for 5 minutes, and away you go.
Yeah, I'll also take, my missus makes flans, quiches, what they call quiche, isn't it? Bacon and cheese quiche.
Yeah.
And obviously, she makes that. I like it hot, but I always cut off a nice big lump to take fish with me. As a little snack for the daytime as well. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, love them.
You're making my mouth water now, thinking about a treat so quiche. Oh, that sounds nice. Freshly hot, just out the oven.
Bream medic. We don't do pot noodles, mate. What's this channel? What is this channel? ChitChatPodcast, Kev. You've not heard about it, no?
Has anybody got any want to pop up?
Does anyone want to
talk about what they do on the bank?
Oh,
bacon sandwich being made. I don't do bacon on the bank, Lee. That's anything.
Is that just because it spits everywhere?
It's every week, Kev. Yeah, 8 o'clock, mate. Yeah. We do waffle shows. This is a waffle show, and we have guests up every other week, or every other week. Sorry, just talking about
every other week. Yeah,
their fishing experiences and just life on the bank and things like that. Really. We just go with certain subjects or topics about fishing, like, you know, the rig you use, the weights, do you drop off or not? You know, like tonight, the foods. Just, you know, so many different things we talk about. If you've not been in, Kev, it's worth a listen, mate. You know.
You can go on YouTube and check out the previous ones as well.
Yeah, the ChitChatPodcast on YouTube. They all get uploaded to that. You've got no more than pictures now, have you, Wayne?
No, that's it, mate. That's it. That's all the questions I've
Well,
got.
yeah, okay. If you go back to your host one, then Wayne, or leave it on that, whatever you want to do. I've got some.
How do I book a slot?
I've got some things to talk about in here, Wayne. Yeah.
What is it that you want to say, Kev?
How do you book a slot? What do you need to talk about, Kev?
Yeah, that's what I was asking him.
We have guests on, mate. That's not a problem. Talk about fishing. Give me, Wayne, Cam, or Popeye a message, mate. Then we'll have a chat and go through it if you want, mate.
Yeah.
But we haven't got no slots available now till, is it May time, is it, Cameron?
Believe so,
April, beginning of May, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Or even June, actually.
So what other
right, so yeah.
bits have you got?
I've got, let me see. Does coloured line spook the fish? Is there any benefits of using? Is there any benefits of using coloured line?
Now, I've got bright coloured line on my reels.
Yep.
And you catch bream.
Yeah. Let me finish. I think it definitely helps when doing a lot of like casting at night, and like if you're doing a lot of boat work at night, it certainly helps with that because you can see it a lot easier. During the day, it seems to thingy bob. I mean, I've still caught fish on it. I don't think it has any difference to normal line. I think it's just because it's been bred into everybody that you've got to have something that's carpy coloured, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like Brad says, he thinks it's more about how it's laying than the colour. But if it's not laying right, then the colour's going to be more. I don't know what the word is.
Obvious.
I think, yeah.
Well, if you put a lot of the colours on a lake bed and actually have a look at it in the water, you can't really see much, to be honest.
I mean, if brightly coloured line affected fishing, why do they use it in sea fishing?
Well, I use it.
That's still water.
And this is the thing, Nick. Who knows, Nick? Who knows? We do presume they can, but who knows that? What do we use then? Why do we use coloured pop-ups and coloured wafters and coloured bottom baits? You know? This is what I don't... Yeah.
Exactly, Popeye, exactly. I mean, I don't know if Lee's still in here. Deception could try and do a brightly coloured line that theirs isn't bright coloured during the day, but you shine a torch on it, it lights up.
Red goes completely invisible in deep water. Does it really? Yeah, I didn't know that. Carp are opportunities, they see colours and grab them. Right, okay. Yeah.
I mean, there is brightly coloured carp fishing lines. I've seen them. You know, like you can buy orange. I've seen a pink. I've seen a purple. You know, so like, I think it all comes down to opinions and what people think. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Lee's just saying that he uses Catran line for all his fishing, and obviously a lot of us have seen it as well. Yeah, yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I've seen it personally myself as well. Yeah, it looks good. So, yeah, of course, Lee.
The line I'm currently using, or was using last year, is called Invisilink, and it is brightly coloured, but when it goes in the water, it actually goes clear.
Yeah. So Josie saying he's got pink on his multiplier. Brad's saying out of all the colours, I think fluoro is the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I use it's like a darky greeny colour, and that you can't really see that when it's in the water. As soon as it hits the water, that disappears. But I have used things like red line and stuff like that in the past. I've used purple line, as some of you know.
Yeah.
And I ain't had an issue with it. I've done the singles league, the first ever match league I did for fish at baits, and I was using purple line then. Didn't make a difference.
Apparently, Shaz. Apparently, yeah.
I was actually listening to Wayne Burns, and he went over a subject about carp seeing colours. They do actually see more colours in the spectrum than us. They can detect, like, if a green, like we look at a colour green and we think, oh yeah, that matches quite well, but they can actually detect it even better.
Yeah, again, Scott's saying it all depends on the venue and line, which is, I think a lot of things really depend on the venue, Scott, doesn't it, really, to be fair? The depths and everything, I suppose, what the bottom's like, and
welcome, Will,
and so on and so forth. Use purple line in a couple of years and made a difference. Yeah.
I think it's a lot of it's to do with something camo or dark coloured looks better on your setup, and people are more likely to buy it. Like as Popeye brought up, like
fishing. Who wants to come up? Jonesy.
Back again. Do you know what? Biggest part in it's to catch us, not to catch fish.
Yeah.
I know red disappeared.
Yeah, I think everyone's got a different opinion on that, though, haven't they? But yeah.
Yeah. You know, red disappeared in deep water. That's why when you look at, what is it?
That's a very interesting point that Ray's brought up. 3 different lines on my reels, so I don't have 3 of the same lines beaming out, proper edgy.
Amnesia.
Very different.
Look at Amnesia. They make it in 3 different colours: clear, black, and red.
Yeah.
That is it.
So do you use coloured lines, Jonesy?
I've got bright pink on my multipliers for sea fishing.
Yeah.
And, at the minute, I've got ASP Synchro, which is like a greeny browny colour.
Okay, yeah.
But I am going to the bright stuff or the Catran stuff purely and simply for the visual for tonight. Fluorocarbon's all right, but if there's a lot of sediment in water, sediment seems to stick to it, which then makes it stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think it makes a difference, does it?
I just think it's everyone's preference, isn't it?
You know, Synchro, it's like I use Synchro, but Synchro's not what it used to be.
Okay.
It's changed a lot, but it's same as Daiwa Sensor. That's changed. You know, everything changes in time.
Yeah, there's certain materials you can't get.
Yeah.
When processes change.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I absolutely love ASP Synchro.
Yeah.
What I've noticed, the last few spools I've got, it's not been the same.
What, the quality of it, or?
It just doesn't seem to last like it used to.
Okay. So
No,
they've obviously done a cheaper product now, is it, or?
Yeah, probably. But who knows?
Yeah.
Let's look. It's got ingredients on it. Different things make it up. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm using the Gardener at the minute, the Hydro Tough, low vis green.
Well, a lot of
I haven't had issue.
We've just got that PB stuff in at work.
Yeah.
I've heard some people talking about that.
The £18 is 030 in £18.
Okay.
It's quite thin then.
It's very thin.
What's its abrasion resistance like?
This is the thing. I can't really say because I've not tried it.
Yeah.
But I've been half tempted to buy a spool.
Scott says, imagine having a glow stick in the middle of a lake.
You say that, but there is a couple of companies out there that actually brought out glow-in-the-dark cook baits.
Yeah, but look, there's a lot of fake baits in there that glow in the dark. I've got some glow in the dark maggots.
Yeah, got some more glow in the dark sweet corn.
You know, but it's more of the visual, isn't it? Corda have proved that fish can see. Pink especially. You know, when you're watching a fish that's swimming like 4 foot up in water above a rig and it's got a pink pop-up on.
Yeah.
And that fish a glimpse of it and just drops straight down on it. They can see. That's proved that. And it's like, does colour make a difference? In my eyes. You know,
I think, as you say, it's more to catch the angler and personal preference. You know, it's like a 50-50 type thing.
A lot of the stuff is to catch the anglers.
Yeah.
Same with baits.
Move on, Jonesy.
Yep, I'll drop out again.
Cheers, buddy. Just a quick one, really. Is when you're feeding for the bottom, when you cast out and you're feeding for the bottom, what are you actually feeding for?
For the drum, how it hits the bottom.
Are you feeding for your bottom?
Are you talking about when you're casting out your rig? Or are you talking about when you're feature finding?
You turn up at a venue and you want to know what the bottom's all about, yeah?
So with your spot and marker, yeah.
Or do you just put out a weight out there and drag it back? How do people do it?
If it's a new venue,
I'll do none.
I'll put my marker and my marker float and marker lead out so I can check the depths, but also see what the bottom is like. You know, I can then detect if it's gravelly or weedy, silty.
Yeah.
But obviously that you can only really do that if you've got like braid on, and obviously there's a certain way to do it. You know, you do it to the side and you put it back sideways because you can feed it through the rod and the line.
Yeah.
See, personally, I don't do any.
Okay.
Just for the sheer fact is my sessions, I sort them out a long time before I go. So I'll sit there, and if I'm going to a new lake, I'll do literally as much research as I can. That's online, offline, whatever I can do to do research, the lakes I fish. I'll do whatever research I can. If I find out there's weed in there, then I'll start setting up ready for weed. If it's a silty bottom, then I'll make my rigs to suit. If there's gravel bars, I'll find out how far gravel bars are. I'll go onto Google Maps, I'll zoom in, zoom out, I'll get it all from different angles. I do so much research on lakes, it's unreal. And I try and see if I can oversee where them gravel bars are, or roughly where them patches are. And then zoom in. I don't know how I'll do it, but I can usually gauge how far I've got to cast by seeing an overview. And then, I don't really have a lead about. I usually find out off that first cast of that lead. I just want to get in the water, get out there. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to get on the fish.
Yeah. But what if you go to water then, Wayne, that you never ever fished before?
Like I said, I do my research. I'll never land at a lake without doing my research, like deep research as well.
But then there's a lot of people
everything about it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people out there that don't do the research, isn't there? They just turn up and fish.
If it's someone that doesn't do their research, then
yes, Brad,
quite happily lead about. Use your markers, use your leads, use whatever you've got to find them spots.
Okay. Brad,
that tells you, Camo. That tells you, Camo, what's on the bottom, what the bottom's all about.
You mean that will it'll get stained with the silt or whatever?
Yeah, pick up the silt. It'll pick up bits of grain, gravel, bits and that, you know.
Okay, that is something I didn't know.
It's a good method.
I didn't know that.
And obviously, it tells you the different smells and that's I just said to find a good smelling stuff on that.
Yeah, because I suppose you don't want to be fishing in something that stinks horrible, do you?
Well, the smellier the better, isn't it, they say?
Okay.
I might be wrong, but that's what they do anyway,
Will with his comments. I'll send the drone up and he puts his £1 million boat out.
Yeah. Old school, If no one's got anything else to add to it, we're going to call it. Next week, 8 o'clock, we've got Kendall the Carpman angler in, aka Brad. That'll be a very interesting show. He will go into depth about a lot of things, and there's not one to be missed. So next week, 8 o'clock, people. If you ain't following him, you must follow up.
Definitely looking forward to that one.
That should be.
If you are new here today, very much appreciated for you all coming in and sharing the love, and thanks everyone for your heart me's and all that. It's very much appreciated.
Yep.
Definitely. Much appreciate the shares, the likes, and the comments.
8 o'clock next week. Thanks for everyone coming in, shares, likes, gifts, whatever. And hopefully see you all again in the show next week. That'll be a good show. That'll be an interesting one. He's very knowledgeable. Thankfully, he's a very knowledgeable guy. Knows what he's talking about. He's got some interesting stuff to talk about here. That's all I'm saying, people.
All right.
See everyone later. Then.
See you next week.
Coming in, people.
See you next week, boys. Well done, lads. You cut it, Wayne.